that set wrong. Hi. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome. I gotta lower the volume on my phone. My phone plays the sound like 5 seconds after I make it. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Welcome to the replay. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, Art Fueled Life. If you are watching in the replay, then let me know that you're in the replay. You can put a hashtag of some kind. You can say hello from the replay. You can write hashtag I missed it and I'm in the replay, or hashtag I'm watching it again because it was just so amazing the first time. I have to rewatch it. So maybe that's what you're doing. Wow, I don't know. There's probably somebody in this group who watches each one like 10 times. There's got to be. Besides me. No, I don't. I used to watch them back in the beginning. I used to watch them back every day. And then I got tired of listening to myself. So I don't do that anymore. Here's Marcia. Marcia says, "Good evening, Bobby." I know it's Marcia because she says good evening and puts that little swishy thing, even though it says Facebook user. Marcia, if you could do me a favor and hit that link again. I know it's so annoying. I don't understand why Facebook makes us redo this every once in a while. I apologize, but that's the way it is in a Facebook group. So yeah, if you're watching live with Marcia, then let me know you're live. You can comment now. You can comment the whole time. I'm going to go through my spiel, and I'm going to ignore the comments. But then at the end of my spiel, I'm going to come back. I'm going to read all the comments. That's usually my favorite part. So hopefully by the time I'm done here, there will be more than just one comment from Marcia. Even though, Marcia, I'm very happy to see your comment. Don't get me wrong. Just, it would be nice if there were more. So, all right, let's get started, shall we? Indecision. Kirsten's here. Hi, Bobby. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kirsten. How are you? Okay, let's start. Indecision. Indecision. So why did I pick this today? I'm going through a thing today because I have had this idea in my head to make. I'm working on the movie, right? So let me give you a brief update on the movie project. So the movie project, I'm coming to grips with the fact that a movie, there are like 15 things you got to make before it's going to be a movie. It's got to be, the story has to be written, and then I have to like design it, and I have to draw storyboards and all this stuff. So I've kind of decided to create content in the creation of the movie, if that makes sense. And one of the things that I wanted to do was kind of like a long form dynamic content. Like instead of turning the storyboards into a printed graphic novel, I want to do it on a long form web portal, like an app or like a digital magazine kind of a thing. And then there's other content that I want to create for our group that's sort of in that realm. And I had this idea in my mind about how I wanted it to look. But I wasn't sure like how the hell to do it. So I was like, there's got to be a way to do it because I'm imagining it and I know I've seen things kind of like it, so there's got to be a way to do it. And so lo and behold, the other day, there's a thing I don't really ever say that. I should say that more often. Anyway, lo and behold, I found this thing that does that. And I was like, oh my God, look what it does. And it creates all this content in a certain way. And it's kind of like InDesign for the web. And I was really excited about it. And it was really amazing. And then once you find one thing, you find a million things. And then I found all kinds of competitors that it had. And I'm looking at them all. And I'm like, these are amazing. And I kind of narrowed it. Anyway. So that's what I'm going through right now. So I have 3 things to talk about with Indecision because I go through this a lot, especially with new technology and new technical endeavors or projects that I'm taking on. But I think this really can apply to just about anything. But since I'm going through this myself right now, I'm gonna apply it specifically to this. So the first one is that when I have this new thing that I'm working on, and I come up with all these possibilities for it, the first thing is that, man, it's just exciting at first, right? This is number one. It's everything at first is just exciting because all there is possibilities. Everything is just like, oh my God, I could do this and I could do that, and look what it does, and I never imagined that, and blah 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 blah, right? And then you find, like I said, that there's another company that makes a similar thing, and it does it a little differently, and it's like, wow, look at that one, you know. And so so everything is just exciting and exhilarating and amazing at first, and I'm not really trying to nail down a decision in the first stage of this. What I'm doing is I'm kind of collecting data and getting really excited about it. And that's when I move on to number two and things start to get frustrating because now suddenly the field starts narrowing down and now I know too much. At first, I didn't know anything and everything was brand new. And it's like, that's a possibility and that's a possibility. And I get all excited about all these different possibilities until suddenly I realized that that one possibility was only possible with that platform. And this other possibility was only possible with that platform. So now it's like, oh, I can't have both? Well, that just sucks, you know. So now it's like, it's frustrating, you know. So I've got the field narrowed down to two major ones. Apparently, there are like 27 things that do what I was looking for, but most of them aren't really appropriate to what I'm trying to do. I've got it narrowed down to two, and I'm noticing that, like I just said, there are conflicting features, and then the thing that happens to me is I just start to realize that there's nothing really spectacular about any of this. It's like, well, now that I'm seeing how they do it, now that I'm seeing what it is that they're doing, I almost don't even feel like paying for this because I can build this in the platform I've always used, which is an open source platform that's free. I just didn't know, like, it's like now that I'm seeing how they did it, I'm just like, oh, well, that's really not all that hard. I could have done it over here, you know? And now I'm realizing that they're both missing a major feature that I need, which is a paywall. And I'm just like, this is just, it's like, it goes from this exciting, exhilarating, like, oh my goodness, all the possibilities of the universe open before you to, none of this crap is going to work. And it's very, it's a little disheartening, I think, you know, a little discouraging. And which leads me to number three is you get paralysis by analysis, where suddenly you feel like you're not really getting anything done. You're just looking at the same shit over and over and over again. It's like, oh, I'm on this. Every time I do a search, I try to do a Google search, and I try to change up the words a little bit, and I find something, and I get excited about it, and I realize I looked at this yesterday. I was like, oh, I already saw this, you know, and it just gets. It gets a little bit like, Furr. And so that's kind of where I am today. And I think I'm going to end this on a more positive note, is that the thing that I try to remind myself is that I've been through this process many, many times before with other things. And lo and behold, I usually always end up at a very good place at the end. It's just that the frustration, I think, of indecision comes in the process of learning that, which kind of harkens. Wow, lo and behold, and harkens. I'm just a plethora of medieval terminology today. It kind of goes back to what I was saying on Monday's Daily Fuel, that sometimes we feel like everybody else has their shit together and we don't. But I think just to kind of put a bow on this, that eventually you're going to get to the place where you've made your decision and you're moving forward with it and you make everything work out. It's while you're going through the decision making process that it just feels like the world is falling apart on your shoulders. And anyway, that's kind of what it feels like today. This was a quick one, and let's see. We got some people here, and so I don't get it. Some days there's like 1,000 people and 1,000,000 comments, and other days there's like nothing going on. Whatever the deal is, Kirsten says, hi, Bobby, hi, everyone. And she says, there is this comic I follow called Lore Olympus. I really like her scrolling artwork style. It's worth checking out. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, because I'm looking for really unique ways of presenting this. What I'd like to do is storyboard the movie, storyboard the story as a comic book style, and present it online, and build an audience, and build interest in it while I'm doing it, and then that will sort of help move it along to get it to the place where I can actually turn it into a movie, which is what I want it to be. Robin, hello, peoples, especially Bobby. Oh, hello, Robin. How are you? Kirsten, you have the right pieces to the puzzle in hand. It just takes turning them around to fit. Yeah, that's thank you. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here is I've got the pieces, and sometimes it's a matter of, I had a different number 3. I'm going to tell you what it was because I wrote it down and then I crossed it out because I changed my mind again because I can't decide on anything today. But my original number 3 was going to be that you kind of know the whole time. Your gut kind of knows which direction you're going to go, that when you finally do make a decision and move, it might not be a hard and fast, like, that's it, I'm doing that one, and now suddenly that's all you're doing. It might just be that you sort of gradually flow into that, and then you realize, oh, I'm not even researching this anymore. I just happen to kind of fall into doing it this way. And I think that however you get there, eventually you're going to be able to look back at that day or week that you were pulling your hair out trying to figure shit out, and you're going to realize, like, I kind of knew the whole time. But that's a 2020 hindsight thing, I think. But anyway, what's it called? Lotus? That's not it. Lore Olympus. I'm going to check that out. Thank you, Kirsten, for that idea. Robin, I very often feel like everybody else has more of their shit together than me. Yeah, I know. We all feel that way, Robin. That's how it goes, So anyway, Robin, you get the booby prize today, unless Kirsten steals it from you, because apparently nobody else is here. This is one person live, so this was a weird one. This happens sometimes. Don't know why, but that's how it goes. Anyway, Robin, you get the booby prize, and if you're watching in the replay, I guess now go do something else, because this one was really short. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.